Hey y'all, it's KJM and it's No Makeup Sunday. It is Sunday, March 22nd, I think. And most of the world, including the United States, has been social distancing, quarantining, in isolation, whatever you want to call it. I was trying to decide if I was going to do a No Makeup Sunday video. I know you guys are home and you're watching a lot of stuff, and I was thinking about doing a Facebook Live, but I was like, I'll just do a video and you guys can watch it when you want to watch it. So I'm doing it from my couch, which is a place that I spend a lot of time in from my apartment. And I'm always in this, like, wrapped up in this lion blanket that my mommy got me. Shout out to Mama and Papa M. Now, I know you guys are wondering why the hell am I holding this big tub of chocolate chip Pillsbury dough, cookie dough, right? I want to say, like, big ups to my parents because they're not in denial what type of bachelorette I am. They know I work extremely long hours. So over the last couple of weeks, they've supported me on just a lot of stuff, spiritually, physically, like financially, whatever they could do. So they both dropped by this weekend with supplies. Like, my daddy got up nice and early and got toilet paper for me. Love you, Papa M, because he knows, like, I just went remote on Wednesday for work. So that means I've been up and through the city on NJ Transit. Shout out to all the transit workers, NJ Transit, MTA, that are still out there risking their lives for us, along with all the healthcare people. We really appreciate you, and the cashiers and the people at the Total Wines. You know how I am. Like, for the people that are on the front lines right now, we appreciate you, even if some of us don't act like it. So I know y'all are wondering why I got this big old thing in my hand, but I want to show you what happens when you tell Jamaican parents you need something, right? So my mama knows when I get really depressed, I sometimes will, like, not want to eat anything, but I can, like, bake cookies, and I love Pillsbury, the chocolate chip cookie dough. I love making their cookies. So since I was at work when people started panic shopping, the supermarket I went to did not have the Pillsbury dough chocolate chip cookie dough. They didn't have it, right? So I mentioned it to both of my parents, but my dad was more concerned with the toilet paper, so he tracked that down for me. And then my mom and my aunt decided to go, like, all over. So they went to BJ's, right? And I reminded them, shout out to Auntie P also. I reminded them about the cookie dough thing. If they see it, pick it up, whatever. So I'm thinking it's the regular little thing, right? So my aunt was like, all right, we got 4 for you. You should be good. So they pull up in front of my building, and it's 4 of these big old tubs. They gave me enough cookie dough for the afterlife. Like, I'm gonna be making Jesus and the apostles, like, chocolate chip cookies when I roll into the, you know, the pearly gates. This is a mess. And so, like, you can freeze them for, like, I don't know, for like maybe 2 months or whatever. But I have to eat all of this by May 22nd. I don't understand. Mama, Auntie P, what were y'all doing up in BJ's? Like, 1 tub would have done me for the 2 months. It's just me. And then the crazy thing is, like, I've been keeping my distance also from my family. So I've been doing the social distancing. So it's just me in my apartment. So I was FaceTiming my sister this morning, and I heard her say that Auntie P made spaghetti last night. Now, even though I wasn't going to go over there and get it or anything like that, I still like to know what's being cooked, what's happening, you know, in the Michaels household. I want to know. And so I was like, oh my God, you guys betrayed me. Like, Auntie P made spaghetti and nobody told me. Like, I would have at least wanted a FaceTime so I could at least smell it through the phone or something, right? My mama in the background talking about, she have enough cookie, make cookie. Mommy, cookie, it's not real meals, and I'm not to that depressed level where all I'm eating is Pillsbury. But, like, shout out to the Pillsbury company. And actually, I'm gonna run this shit right back into the freezer because this is one of the frozen tubs. I have one in the fridge, so when I'm done with this video, I'm definitely going to start making cookies. But apparently my mama expects for me to be cooking these cookies until each tub is done. And actually, they drove back and came back and got 1. So I got 3 of these bad boys, okay? I love chocolate chip cookies. I love the Pillsbury company, but this is, like, ridiculous. It's just me, mama. I mean, I really appreciate the support, but it's what happened when you tell Jamaican parents, like, there's something you want, especially for something like American. Then they get fixated and they're like, let me track it down. I mean, had this been some like oxtail or curry goat, my mama would have known 4 tubs was just going to be too much for me to take. But cookie dough, anyway, so let me run this, okay? I'm going to run this back in the freezer because my mama will kill me. Woo. Okay, I'm coming. But I literally needed to show you guys because I'm like, I don't think you would understand it if I only talked about it. I had to tell you what was happening. Like, that is crazy. But shout out to my parents because they know the type of bachelorette I am. I work very long hours. And so there's a lot I'm not able to do because I'm straight up at work in the city. And they've really been out there supporting me in like multiple different ways. And they're just not in denial. They know my fridge is empty if they don't drop something by. You know what I mean? They know the only thing I really try and go out there and get myself is wine. Once again, shout out to the Total Wines and more people. So this remote work. So I feel like I've been doing more work at home than what I do at work. And I've heard that that's not the way remote work should work. But the way how my system is for work is that my boss can pop up on my screen at any moment in time. So it's just been extra stressful trying to like deal with tech issues and all this other stuff. Yet I'm thanking God that I have a job, and I'm really sending positive vibes out there for everyone that's lost their jobs or their paychecks are on hold. I'm really hoping the federal government does the right thing and support their people, okay? So putting that aside. So now with this whole remote work, I know some of you are wondering what should your everyday routine be? My biggest fear is not that I will not be working out, because every morning when I get up before I log on my computer, I actually do one of my yoga lessons, then I shower, and I actually put on a work dress. I still do that. I brush my hair and everything like that and moisturize. The only thing I don't put on is like makeup, you know, because it's just unnecessary at this point. But I still like to feel presentable. I still shower before, and I know some of you are like, why are you showering before you log on? Okay, let me tell you something. The pussy marinates through the night, okay? It marinates. And so I don't want to be sitting in that marination for hours as I'm trying to work. It needs to be nice and fresh to get started for work. So Kingston needs that shower. If you don't need that shower, and maybe you'll shower midday when you take your break, good for you, but like I need that shower. So I'm not worried that I won't continue to do my yoga lessons. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is, along with yoga, I usually walk about 3 miles because of all the city blocks I walk daily. So I'm missing the 3 miles, and that adds to like my fitness. You know what I mean? I'm missing that. And then I don't know how y'all have been controlling your snacks. See, when I'm at work, I can only snack but so much because I sit around a lot of people that are very health conscious and some people are like organic, and some people are like, I like kale with air. And so I feel like there's only so many snacks I can sit there and eat. You know, I feel like guilty out there, like, damn, she's on like her 5th cupcake. What is going on over there? But now home, there is nobody to like guilt or shame me in the snacks I'm eating. So, oh my goodness, I have just been like, I don't know, I've just been snacking on everything. But I also think it may be because I've been PMSing. So you mix that with being remote and then having like all this cookie dough, which I am gonna make some of those cookies when I'm done, mama. I'm gonna make, when this is done, I'm gonna actually make some cookies. So, oh, okay, I just want to make sure the video was still going. I nearly had a heart attack because I don't know what I did with the little remote thing. Oh, it's right here. I got to be careful. So anyway, that's been the biggest thing, is I'm just afraid. Like, I've lost 20 pounds in the last year through yoga with no dieting. And I feel good. And I always say like a nice slow weight loss, I think, is always the best way to go. I feel good. I feel stronger. I feel flexible. And I do think, you know, at some point, maybe I'll do a little diet to kind of really like get my stomach a little flatter for the summer, you know, whatever. But other than that, I am loving my body. Like, yoga did not take away my ass. It's made it more plump. I still got, I mean, I've always been heavy chested, and I still got breasts for days. So for those of you who think yoga's gonna make you look like you're missing body parts, That's not it. It's a full body workout. So it's working each pose is working your entire body. And so it's just fabulous. But okay. So I'm just worried because I've been eating the snacks. And today and yesterday were not so bad. But the actual days I worked, I snacked quite a lot. So trying to just chill out on that would be like a good thing, right? So I'm worried about that. So now with this social distancing thing, I noticed that it's something that I've been doing for 2 weekends out of the month, like my adult life. Because basically I'm an extrovert with introvert tendencies. So since I'm out of my house anywhere from 13 to 16, sometimes 18 hours a day, before 2019, that used to be at least a 6-day-a-week thing. If it wasn't a 7-day-a-week thing, I was running a really unhealthy lifestyle as far as always being at work. And even now, it still feels like I'm always at work, but I'd rather complain about being at work than not have work, right? So now that I'm doing it, but I'm social distancing by myself and there's no hustle and bustle of the city, I am feeling kind of a little restless. I am feeling a little like I need to go out and meet people. And I think that's the extrovert side coming out because now it's just me. I'm not quarantined or, social distancing with the rest of my family. So it's kind of crazy that I don't really need to recharge now because I'm home by myself like 24/7. So we'll see what that looks like, as time goes on. Now, some of the things I found interesting about remote work for those of you that are doing it is that you don't realize certain shit. Like the other day, I popped popcorn, right? So I popped popcorn. Shout out to the Pop Secret people. I love the movie theater, butter one. So I popped popcorn and then I dropped it on the ground, right? And usually I'm like, damn, I hope the cleaning crew get that because we don't need no roaches up in here at work, right? I dropped that shit and I realized, bitch, you are the cleaning crew because you just dropped it in your own apartment. Frustrating, very frustrating, okay? Next thing I realized is when the panic shopping started, I didn't worry because my dad has always taught us how to stock up on stuff like toilet paper, paper towel, waters. We always have that stuff. We ready even for the afterlife with that stuff, right? So I wasn't too worried about toilet paper. I was like, I got enough. I have enough if I'm out of my house 13 to 16 hours a day and I'm using my work toilet paper. Now that I'm home and I'm using my own toilet paper, oh no, I had to call daddy and was like, yeah, I really need some toilet paper because I'm not ready. I'm not as ready as I thought now, but I'm working from home. So people, you're using your own resources, your own electricity, your own Wi-Fi. It's like your own shit. And guess what? When my laptop starts to freeze, I can't throw that shit. I can't get angry at it because it's mine. I mean, this shit is scary. So it's a lot getting used to remote work. It's a lot. I'm hoping that this whole experience teaches us all how to be safe and healthy, but I'm also hoping that it teaches us all how to communicate with each other better. Even though right now we're relying on our TVs, our mobiles, we're relying on technology more because we can't really be out and about. But here's the thing, this time we're relying on it to connect with people, not to disconnect with people. So before, like, you'd be on your phone scrolling on Facebook or Instagram just to see what people are doing or whatever, maybe because you don't want to talk to your man or your woman about some issues you're having, or you just want to read the news or whatever. But now that we're face to face with, some of us are quarantined separately, or maybe your spouse is in a different state or got stuck in a different country, we're not relying on technology to actually reach out and touch each other. And that reminds me, so the NYC Department of Health released a little thing the other day, and I saw it on Twitter, about sexual activity during these times of coronavirus. Now, I've already told y'all, Bullet is charged up. Actually, since this was laundry day, Bullet got charged up. Bullet got washed with antibacterial. So, Bullet is always on deck. So they're really telling you this is a time to touch yourself. But if you're not gonna be able to just touch yourself, then you should be doing it with a partner you live with. So, because chances are, whatever the situation is, if you got it, he got it, whatever. And then they were telling y'all that some of y'all sexual positions and stuff is just gonna be wrong. They're like, don't be kissing. They said, don't be rimming, okay? I need y'all to look up what rimming is, okay? But it got something to do with the anus. And yes, they did put that on their announcement. This was crazy. So what they're saying is you need to pretty woman your boo. Okay, I've been told y'all this before everything got crazy. The pretty woman is you're going to have to figure out how to do everything from a safe distance, and there's no kissing. There's just no kissing. And I've had to do this with the X Factor in the last 6 or 7 months. Anytime he has a cold or a fever or something like that, because I work very long hours, I can't afford for my immune system to be broken down, but we have needs. So we've had to get very creative with the needs. And he's never seen the movie Pretty Woman, so I had to explain it. I said, well, I'm gonna have to pretty woman you. And he didn't know what that was, but he jumped in his car and he came over to find out what it was, okay? This is why an experienced woman is always a great way to go, because you understand what I'm saying? I know about the pretty woman. See, some of these young chicks now gonna have to watch the movie and figure it out. For those of y'all that never saw the movie, Julia Roberts was a prostitute in the movie, and she told Richard Gere that, like, she'll do just about anything, but she doesn't kiss on the lips. That's a very intimate thing. So what I'm trying to tell y'all is save that kissing, you know, especially that Frenching for when the coronavirus has died down and the government says it's okay. For now, y'all better get very unique. But now that we're talking about sexual activity in the coronavirus times, thank you, New York City Health Department. I keep telling y'all that during these pandemics, superstorms, hurricanes, tsunamis, whatever, it's usually some sort of baby boom going on. So I need y'all to wrap it up. That was the next thing. They were not certain how corona gets spread when it comes to sexual activity, besides ain't no kissing, okay? And maybe sucking on some things. They're saying, don't kiss, don't suck. This is not the time, right? So, but they are saying, please use condoms, you know, because they're not really sure how these things are being passed on. So please, but here's another reason for using condoms and some sort of birth control is that we don't know how long we're going to be stuck in our homes and social distancing. And so if all you're doing is getting it in, and you think, some of y'all have some friends that are on 2, 3, 4 kids, and you think you're done with your family, well, guess what? The corona done got your ass for real, even if you don't have it, because now you're going to have a corona baby. So really ask yourself, can your reproductive system handle what you are about to do? We know your respiratory system is not about it, okay? So ask yourself, is your reproductive system about it? Probably not. So wrap it up, or just don't do anything, or just do, you know, social distancing in your homes and throw the hugs and stuff like that, or elbow, you know what I'm saying, throw them bows or something, or throw the kisses from afar. Like, you guys have to get very creative and be safe out there. Now, if you want a baby, this is a great time to be locked up with your boo. You know, get it in, whatever, but do try to social distance as you try to get it in. I know y'all don't think it's possible, but it is very possible to take care of certain needs and to be extremely careful with it and very creative with it. And flexibility. So for those of y'all who wasn't really interested in yoga and stretching, if you're trying to really reach out and touch someone, but still have a good amount of distance, you may want to get your yoga squats in. You may want to get your downward facing dog in so that you're more flexible to get to that position. And this is for both men and women, that you can help each other out. Social distance, but climax. You hear me? You feel me? Okay. So that's kind of like where I am with this whole remote thing right now. It's a little strange. I'm trying to get used to it. I have cookies to make. I want to still stay very fit, and I'm getting kind of sad because a lot of spring is my favorite season, and a lot of our birthdays are coming up in summer, and like we don't know, like everything is seems like it's canceled right now. I will say this, my birthday last year that I spent with Harmony in Las Vegas was the best adult birthday I've ever had. It had Janet Jackson in it. We went and saw Janet. So I'm thinking maybe the good Lord knew that this was coming, and he was like, Kingston, you know what? You about to run this town. You about to see G-Eazy. You about to experience everything that you can experience in Vegas and go to shows like La Rev. Shout out to all the people in my second home in Las Vegas. I miss you guys. So I'm getting kind of nervous because birthdays are so important to me, and they're important in a way where I love to do big things for myself, and I don't know if that's going to happen this year. So for everyone who's just had a birthday or a birthday is coming up, sit tight. I keep saying when this is all done, New Yorkers and New Jersey folks may be up in the city, in the streets, just having a big old consensual orgy because we're all inside and we've got this pent up energy. It's just crazy. But for now, I'm going to try to reach out and touch someone through social distancing. And like I said, right now I haven't been picking up too many phone calls, but have been picking up FaceTimes because I really feel like now I want to reach out and touch someone, and it's crazy. But like a mad scientist in a lab, it makes me very creative about how when we're all out of this, or maybe even during it, how will I be able to fulfill and satisfy all my needs and desires during this coronavirus time while staying safe? I have bullets always charge up. Pinky kind of stays in the box because Pinky requires a lot of work. That's like the jackrabbit type of thing. That's just a lot of work and batteries, and it's just a lot. So, I mean, I feel like I've been preparing for this my entire life because I have almost everything that I need. It just sucks that I'm far away from my loved ones, but we've been FaceTiming and everything like that. So I don't know. You guys be very safe. I wasn't trying to have this video be very long, and I know that there's been a lot of online parties and stuff, and you guys enjoy that. Right now on Netflix, I'm halfway through The Witcher. I just started the first season of Reign. I'm on episode 17, I think. Mary's got to be a Pisces. Everybody's in love with her ass. Everybody got to get a piece of Mary, and I'm not mad at her, but I sometimes I find it hard to believe when people say they're in love with two people at the same time. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I guess for me, my two loves, there's like a 6-month period where I would consider myself really in love with no one before I met and fell in love with my second love. And when I fell in love with my second love, there was no doubt in my mind that he was the person for me. And that's with a 6-month gap of being in love with somebody else for over a decade, okay? And it's like one day I just woke up and I told Julio I wasn't present anymore. I wasn't feeling it anymore. I think like he broke my heart spring 2007, which I guess school year wise would be considered summer 2007. And I think after that heartbreak, that last break changed everything for us. And when we came back together, I was not mentally, emotionally, nor physically present. Like I was blacking out even during sex. And it wasn't, I know he didn't drug me or nothing. I didn't drink nothing or eat nothing when I went over there, but it was like emotionally, I was no longer present. So I took a break, and I told him we had to stop seeing each other. So that was just like 6 months. Then during that time, Phoenix and I reconnected and everything like that. And I went and I saw him. And then, then I started hanging out with the X Factor, and like boom, bang, boom. Like before I knew it, within like a month, I knew I was in love with him. And that was almost 10 years ago. And so for me to have one great love just be 6 months away from falling in love with another great love, I never regretted like leaving Julio. There's never been a day, even on the hardest days with the X Factor, there's never been a day where I'm like, oh, I'm still in love with Julio. And it's a different kind of love. It's like when you have a love for a person and you want the best for them. Like I want to hear that Julio got married and he has his family. I'd be doing a backflip. So from coming from two great loves that are almost back to back in time period, and I dated people in between and during these great loves and whatever. So that's how I know, I guess for the Gemini, love is like so strong because I know it differently from lust. Like I can have multiple lusts at the same time. I've done that, but I've never been in love with two people at the same time. And like I said, with having a 6 months gap, you would think somewhere in my mind in summer 2010, I'd be like, oh, maybe Julio's the one. I don't know, when my heart got taken, it got fully taken. And so I never looked back. I think any conversations that I had with Julio would never be like, oh, let's work it out. It would be like, well, damn, when I loved you, had you stayed down, I wouldn't be in some of the shit I'm in right now. That's basically what it was. So the fact that sometimes Mary thinks she in love with multiple people and everybody in love with Mary, I just get confused, girl. It's not love, it's lust. You know what I mean? I get confused. I got very confused, Mary. And I hope to God to never find out that you can be in love with two people at the same time. I hope to never feel that way. But I always say, if you do think that there is one that you do love more, you have to close your eyes and think of like your last moments on earth and which one would you want to spend that time with. And hands down for me, it has been the X Factor. And it, until I meet that third love, which they say is that great love, it will most likely always be the X Factor. And so that's where I'm at with that. So I'm all wrapped up in rain. The Witcher, I finished episode 4. I think there's 8 episodes, and I still don't know what the hell's going on, but people say you're supposed to be confused. So I'm going to continue to be confused on that. And then I'm going to try to catch up on some of my regular primetime TV shows. Like Manifest is doing the damn thing right now. Homeland is doing the damn thing right now. Like, those are some of my faves that I've been tuning into. And I want you guys to be well, be safe. Don't risk your health for silly things. And I'm going to try to, drop these videos as much as I can, as much as I feel. Sometimes as a creator, being cooped up at home is a little bit difficult because some of my creativity comes from the sunlight. It comes from being out. So I'm trying to push through, and I know that there's some people that are having writer's block or videos block or I guess blogging block. But whatever it is, be creative when you can, when that mood catches you. And guys, reach out and touch someone, but safely from a safe distance. And I saw someone posted different ways that you can sign off. I'm just going to say quarantined yours or yours from afar are definitely some of the ways that I'm ending some of my work emails right now. All right. One love. You guys be good to yourself and enjoy all your online parties. And remember, make love, not war. Make peace, not hate. God, that was kind of backwards. Make peace, not war. Make love, not hate. Woo, brain freeze. All right, I'm out. It didn't stop.